Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you three selections for tomorrow's horse racing action. Before I get into the video, I should say I have a cold, so apologies if I sound a little bit bunged up. I definitely don't have COVID. I've done a couple of tests and fortunately they came back negative. But yeah, please bear with me. And like I say, I've got three selections for tomorrow's racing. And we're going to be going to Hereford for the first one of them, where we go to the 355. And my nap of the day is going to be running in here in this mare's handicap hurdle, and that is a horse called Say Nothing for Keelan Woods and Alex Hales combining here. Currently available 8 to 1. I thought this horse was definitely overpriced, and I thought it was a pleasing return last time out at Plumpton when she finished in 5th place. She was only just headed late on. She was also as well returning from a wind operation, which the theory goes that it's normally the second time you want to catch those horses that have had a wind up. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because they get used to it and they realise that they can hopefully breathe normally. But Say Nothing, like I say, I think it was a good run last time out at Plumpton. I think she'll strip fitter for that. What's interesting as well is that the blinkers are going to be retained. I think she reacted okay to them. So yeah, she keeps the headgear on there. Also, as well, another thing that why I really fancy this horse is the fact that I think she's potentially very well handicapped. She's actually now £9 lower than when she ran in this race last year, and she was probably going to win the race if she hadn't fallen at the last hurdle. She was responding well to pressure. She was 3 lengths clear when she fell at the last, and yes, she has lost her way maybe a little bit, but I think the ground's going to be fine. This is her time of year. The headgear stays on. As well, the second run after the wind up, I just thought 8 to 1. I thought she was too big a price here, and I like this yard with their mares. They do quite well with them. And yeah, I think at 8 to 1, she represents a little bit of value there, and there could be more to come off a mark of 92. We then go to Leicester for a bit of flat action there. Not a bad card there for a midweek. And I'm going to go in 450, my next best, and that's a horse called Star of Orion for Rob Hornby and Rafe Beckett, who tends to do well at this time here. Currently available at 9 to 2. Going to recommend a 1 point win bet here. Now, this horse, Star of Orion, is very well handicapped. He's actually ran about £10 lower than what he was running off last year in the Balmoral. He's now down to a mark of 94. The last couple of efforts have suggested he is returning to some kind of form. He finished fourth in a decent, valuable handicap at Ascot last month. The time before that as well, he was only just beaten by Mistress on Fire, who's no mug in the handicap game. So yeah, I thought it was a good run, and I think he could go quite well here tomorrow. He's currently available at 9 to 2. I think he should be a little bit shorter in the betting compared to in the park. And yeah, I think he can definitely bounce back to form on what looks to be a winnable mark. So he is going to be my selection there. We then go my long shot of the evening on the all-weather in the 6:35 at Newcastle with a horse called Scotch for Jason Watson and David O'Meara. Currently available 8 to 1. William Hill offering 4 places at that price. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. Now, the interesting thing about this horse, Scotch Miss, is she's having her second run after a wind up. She was last seen finishing in 4th place in a Class 3 fillies handicap at Hamilton. She wasn't too far beaten by a nice horse of William Haggis, called Spanish, and I think she could strip fitter for that run. It was her first run as well after a little break, and returning to the all-weather shouldn't be seen as a negative either. She's previously won on the all-weather when she won at Chelmsford. I know that is a different surface, but we know she can handle it okay. She's run at this course a couple of times and made the frame, so I thought she could go well. She gets the 3-year-old allowance as well. Stall 11 might not be a bad draw as well. Sometimes it can be a good thing to be against a stand-side rail. So I think there's plenty in there to like about her. And for me, I just think she's a little bit overpriced here and can definitely go well dropping into this easier company. So that's why she is going to be my long shot of the day. So they're the tips and for tomorrow's racing. If you're enjoying these videos, hit the thumbs up button. Please remember to gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you again soon.